Alright, hello citizens of the Nigelverse. It's Nigel here once again, and this is going to be another wrestling review. So far, or up to this point, through the month of October, we've been looking at Halloween Havoc matches. But we've mainly been looking at WCW Halloween Havoc matches, which, of course, Halloween Havoc originated in WCW, so it makes sense. But WCW Halloween Havoc, it lasted all the way up until 2000, and with, of course, the company going under in March of 2001. But what would happen when it was NXT's turn? And I'm talking about Halloween Havoc 2020, the opening match from NXT Halloween Havoc 2020, the Damian Priest versus Johnny Gargano. And of course, this is for the North American Championship. And what type of match is it? We're going to find out. As always, I'm not a professional wrestling reviewer analyst. Just a manager was a good time, and I, for the most part, had a good time with this match. So the gimmick behind this one, and I think like a couple other matches, is the whole spin the wheel, make the deal. Which, out of all the tropes you could have borrowed from WCW's Halloween Havoc, that was the one you decided to go with. Although to be fair, it was probably either that or the Monster Truck Sumo match, I guess. But yeah, they did spin the wheel, make the deal. Well, of course, Damian Priest, Johnny Gargano, been feuding up to this point. This is heel Johnny Gargano, the way Johnny Gargano. Which, if you really think about it, it really did not last long. Only really through like 2020 and then 2021 that he was face again. By the time 2021 wrapped up, because that's when he took some time off, his contract expired, and he went on paternity leave. Because of course he and his wife Cancel Ray had a baby, of course. Kind of a underrated chapter in Johnny Gargano's career is the way. Let me know what you guys thought about it, and of course the way would expand with this match. So I guess without further ado, let's get right into it. So if you've seen these reviews before, you kind of already know how this works. If you haven't, I'm going to be talking about what I liked and what I disliked about the match. So right off the bat, we find out what the stipulation is. Of course, Shotzi, he spins the wheel to make the deal, and it lands on the Devil's Playground match. What does that mean? Pretty much Falls Count Anywhere. But I guess Devil's Playground sounded more Halloween themed, more Halloween-esque. And also, this has nothing to do with the match itself, but shout out to that awesome Jack Skellington gear that Johnny Gargano has. I did the Johnny Gargano attires tier list a while ago, and I don't know if I praised the attire as much as I should have, but it is really cool, especially with the jacket. But so with that awesome gear there, and Damian Priest's gear is pretty cool as well. And man, this is a young-looking Damian Priest. This is only 3 years ago, mind you, but man, young-looking Damian Priest. This is way before the Judgment Day. This is when Damian Priest was face. He was still like the rock star, the Archer of Infamy, going at it here. But let's get right into the match. So, starting with what I liked, some pretty cool interesting spots between the two. Johnny Gargano, and Damian Priest, for that matter, able to put on a pretty solid match, especially against each other, but also really with anyone else, which definitely makes them very good hands. And the story of both men being told the match, is simple but effective. It gets the point across. Damian Priest, of course, has the size and strength advantage, but is the face. Meanwhile, Johnny Gargano much smaller, but the conniving heel. Well, even though I do prefer Johnny Gargano as a face, him as a heel wasn't bad, But pretty much able to tell that story with Johnny Gargano. Really having to come up with clever ways to kind of take out Damian Priest. And of course, because it's Falls Count Anywhere, they're going to brawl all around the arena, and they did. And of course, this was 2020, so yeah, this was during the time this is when they were at the Capitol Wrestling Center in NXT. So this is when they had like the makeshift crowd made up of like the Performance Center talent, at least I believe so. Or I think this might have been. If I'm not mistaken, I think we are past like the unfortunately this time period in WWE and pro wrestling and really the world is kind of foggy. But yeah, I believe this was when they let some fans in, if I'm not mistaken. Let me know if I'm incorrect about that. But yeah, so but really he really utilizing all the real estate throughout the Capitol Wrestling Center, and of course, because it's Falls County, where it's a lot of your typical weapon stuff of kendo sticks. It was pretty funny, Johnny Gargano having the kendo stick, and Damian Priest just whips out the nightstick, even though the kendo stick is still bigger than the nightstick. But I guess nightstick being smaller allows for a bit more maneuverability. But Gargano looking scared at Damian Priest just whipping out the nightstick was pretty funny. There's the trash can. There's a couple like trash can spots, including when Johnny Gargano was slamming Damian Priest's head against the garage door, and delivering some offense there. Damian Priest slamming Gargano back first onto the announce table. And so Gargano has a little bit of a limp, like holding his back for or pretty much like the rest of the match, and they eventually make their way up to where the wheel is, so they brawl up there. Or ultimately, a person dressed in a scream mask, with obviously like the robe and everything on, attacks Priest. He hands Gargano a piece of crumbly tombstone, and Gargano nails Priest with it. Priest crashes through the other stage prop. But I think it was supposed to be like a fake like mausoleum, and Priest is out that way. So Johnny Gargano captures the North American title. He wasn't revealed here in this match, but eventually this person would turn out to be Austin Theory, which would add Austin Theory to the way, and the way would expand from there. Obviously, at this point, the way was still Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae, but they would then add Austin Theory and Indy Hartwell to their ranks. So Austin Theory is added there, and this begins their partnership, and Gargano picks up the North American title. I know I did kind of breeze through the match, but it was pretty decent for the most part. Nothing like too out of there crazy, but compared to some of the other matches we've seen in this Halloween Havoc season, and it's definitely quite a bit better than the O's. But yeah, so just it's pretty solid action and a lot of brawling throughout. From both men, and yeah, so they were able to put on a decent match there. And this is, I believe, this is the longest match of the night. At about 21 minutes, although it's a little bit less because, and I guess this is when we get into what I didn't really like the fact that, and I get why this happened, because this, unlike other events and unlike Halloween Havoc in 2022, this was like a TV special. This is around when they were doing like TV specials, like they did Great American Bash earlier in the year, and I believe New Year's Eve was also a TV special this year. But yeah, so this is when they were doing like the TV specials and the events, which they still do to this day. In fact, Halloween Havoc this year is also going to be a TV special. But so this was a TV special. You had to go to commercial break. We didn't actually see the commercials, obviously. It would just fade to black for the commercial and then pop back up. It does kind of suck that they weren't able to like add the extra footage of what was happening during the commercial break, which they do sometimes. I know they especially did that with like certain DVD releases, but the fact that essentially just fades to black and then fades back in, and like I said, I know why, but that did kind of suck. That and the fact that Damian Priest like flying off the thing through the fake mausoleum in the spot to end the match was kind of ridiculous, but they had to throw Damian Priest down there somehow and knock him out somehow. It's not like I don't think he hurt himself too much. It didn't look like he hurt himself too much, but it did just look kind of weird, like almost like he like flew off the thing. But nevertheless, yeah. For NXT's maiden voyage through Halloween Havoc, not a bad first match. But nevertheless, that is going to do it for this review. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a favor: like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, turn on post notifications so you know every time I upload a video, so you can see as soon as it drops. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts on the match, my review of the match. Did you like the match? Did you like my review of the match? Let me know. Plenty of other Halloween Havoc reviews coming on later on in the month. We're keeping them going, and we got some interesting ones coming up. Some good and some bad, but Nevertheless, thank you all so much for watching. I will see you guys later. Peace.